Hey, it's Friendly Cowboy. I am recording on YouTube this time because I'm out doing my job, and as you see, I'm sitting in the car. Get my shirt straight. All right. Now, we hear about it in America. It's called the teaching of critical race theory. Was something that better? I gotta drink something that's a little bit sweeter. Alright. Critical race theory is basically saying that white people are taught to be above other people. And that how would I put it? Be honest. I've never studied critical race theory. I've seen racism. I've seen non-racism that claim to be racism. And I've seen just stupidity constantly back and forth. Now, just recently, the conservative wing of the UK, there was a woman that stood up. She would be considered a black woman, European, African, Britain. I don't know what they say over there. Here they would consider themselves, some consider themselves African American, but most of them probably consider themselves just black Americans. And how would I put this? She says that it is, and she studied it a little bit more. I've never researched critical race theory, but it's starting to be taught in America, which is a bunch of bull crap. Because it all stems, in likelihood, from a lady who wrote a term paper back in 1988 called White Privilege, Male Privilege. It was a term paper for a doctorate's degree. Her name was Peggy McIntosh. I think it's pronounced how you pronounce the last name. Anyway, she wrote her opinion on what she saw growing up, or what she has seen about certain things, that when she ever wanted to talk to the boss or whatever, it was white people. Well, considered she's in Canada, I think, some of this time. No, she grew up in Jersey. I'm sorry, she grew up in Jersey. She went to Summit High School, or Summit School, and what's the other one? Just to let you know, it's predominantly white area at that time. She grew up as somebody that was upper middle class, probably, and because it doesn't tell any history about her family or anything like that. It just tells history about her. And she got her doctorate in English. Nothing else, just English. So, it didn't mention. Maybe I should have read a little bit further on it, but there was one part in there that that kind of surprised me about what this woman did. She was with. She basically went to an all-girl, or she was a professor in an all-girl college. She worked with other professors that were women. So I would consider her probably a feminist, a very staunch feminist. Probably the same ones now that think all men should bow down to women. Because I know a lot of men that bow down to women. And we always say that women rule the world. Rule the world. It's true, basically. I mean, even, happy wife, happy life. That's the story. So I'm guessing this critical race theory is based somewhat on this paper, because I've never heard of white privilege when I was growing up. My dad didn't have white privilege. He worked as a farm, basically a sharecropper. His family was, let's see, there was Dad, there's Frankie, there's Gene. There was Kay, JC. Some of these people I didn't get to meet. I did get to meet JC. And Wanda. And Linda. I think there's one more. Can't remember. And there are probably a few stillbirths, you know. And but Grandpa, Grandpa Lane, he had a wife previous, which I think would have been Jean and JC. And then she died giving birth, or she died of cancer. She died of something. And then Grandpa married my grandma that I remember. Her first name was different. Her first name was Beulah, which is the land of the angels. Beulah Land was the name of the song. It's a hymn. But her name was Beulah. And Beulah Marie, actually, I believe. That's why my daughter's middle name is Marie. And on her mom's side, there's a few people with the middle name Marie, or first name. So that's why her middle name was Marie. But anyway, they were sharecroppers. They picked cotton. They worked fields. They plowed. My dad used to tell me stories that when he was going to school, that he would study while he was driving a tractor, because he put that blade down, and when it hit the road at the end of the end, it would jerk, so he'd turn the truck around and he'd be reading or studying. Or maybe he didn't study. I don't know. Supposedly he was a genius. I accept that because the man was a very smart man. But they said when he did his when he went into the Army, you know, they do this evaluation test. And heck, I can't even remember the test no more. I used to have it in my brain. You know, the MEP station, you take the test, you get the booklet, and they test you for like 6 hours, all the different fields and stuff like that. And supposedly his IQ was 141, which is way genius. He goes, that's what they told me. I don't care about stuff like that. Anyway, he was a police officer for 25 years. And when it's in 4 police-related shootings and never got shot, that's a plus. And been shot at. But anyway, so there were sharecroppers, grew up as sharecroppers. He never went to college. Never went to college. Did we see any white privilege on that? No. My aunt used to say that when she was only like 5'2", 5'3". When she was like 15, 16 years old, she's like 120 pounds. And she said she'd have to carry a 150-pound sack for cotton. That sack is like 9 feet long. If you ever seen the old pictures of those sacks that rope around and it had the hoop around it so you just drop cotton in it. Those sacks about 9 foot long and about 3 foot around, or 3 foot across. Maybe not 3 foot across, maybe 2 foot across. But you have to fill that thing plumb full, and that was a bushel, or 150 pounds of cotton. Which 150 pounds of cotton is a lot of cotton. That's a lot of cotton. If you know what a cotton ball feels like, 150 pounds, that's a lot of cotton that you had to pick a day. And her, as a kid, when she was 14, 15 years old, she's out in the field picking cotton. So was my dad. So was everybody else in the family. That was their job. So there's no such thing as white privilege where I grew up. And could there have been racism? Yes. Because people are racist. Some people are racist in general. It's the way they grew up. Or it's just that they grew up not around people of different races. Not necessarily that they're racist, they just don't know any better because they've never been around them. And I think that's a bunch of bull crap, because you should treat everybody like you should, but treat everybody good. But anyway, I just wanted to put that video out, that critical race theory, if they're teaching your kids in school, you need to stop it, because it's not true. It's a bunch of bull crap, and there's no scientific data that backs any. Everybody talks about believe the science. Well, there's no scientific data or any type of data that backs up any of this whatsoever. True data. Take it from people who are not biased. Like this woman, Peggy McIntosh. She started it off. And she was a very biased woman because taught in an all-girl college. She did what they call radical English teaching. Whatever radical English teaching is. Read the bio. It's on Wikipedia. I don't know if Wikipedia is the greatest source of information, but when they got more and more and more, and they tell you stories and they tell you what she did and how she did it, it's something that you should really look into. And she grew up in New Jersey. Why she's a feminist, I have no idea. I thought New Jersey women were better than that, because a few that I've met were pretty tough women, and they love their men. Well, Friendly Cowboy, just want to set that out there. Again, thank you for watching my videos. I know this is on YouTube, and supposedly only 2 people subscribe to this video, but probably the Homeland Security and the FBI. Some of the shit that I say. Anyway, I just want to say that real quick. Y'all have a good day. Hey, maybe just, I can't see the number. Looks like 11 minutes. Yeah, 11 minutes. That's pretty quick. All right, Friendly Cowboy. Y'all have a good day. Oh, by the way, be good to your neighbors. And if you can't be good to your neighbors, try to be good to yourself for being good to your neighbors. Got some Brahma ice cream there in Oklahoma, or Missouri, Texas, or Arkansas, Kansas. Like I said before, we need a Brahms ice cream out here. It would do great. I know you'd have to look for the farmland, probably in the upper high country, maybe. I don't know. The grassland up there. Not much out down here in the valley. Hell, maybe even New Mexico. Dropping them, at least it'd be 12 hours away. I think that was their policy back in the day. I don't know what Brahms' policy is anymore. Used to be you had to be within driving distance, the day's driving distance for a truck. Anyway, Friendly Cowboy, y'all have a good day. Bye.